the more that she can accuse Ted Cruz and other Republicans of doing things that are evil, the legacy mainstream media will continue to repeat it, and it will become the truth out there in the so-called hinterlands of Manhattan.
That's Republican Congressman Devin Nunes after progressive Democrat Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez rejected a sign of cooperation from Senator Ted Cruz with this tweet. "You almost had me murdered 3 weeks ago, so you can sit this one out. Happy to work with almost any other GOP that aren't trying to get me killed. In the meantime, if you want to help, you can resign." That was in response to Senator Cruz tweeting that he fully agreed with Ocasio-Cortez that there should be hearings on the developing GameStop situation on Wall Street. Why would she respond that way with a reach out, a bipartisan reach out from across the aisle?
Yeah, that's a great question because, as we know, Ted Cruz had a completely legal and constitutional right to call into question what was happening in the November presidential election. And for that, Ocasio-Cortez basically accuses him of attempted murder. Listen, Harris, I was in the Congress for almost 9 years. Contrary to popular belief, actually people do work together. There is bipartisanship in the Congress, and this is destroying any kind of bipartisanship that you'll ever have in the Congress. Just like they destroy statutes, they're destroying bipartisanship that exists in the Congress. And by the way, Republicans showed restraint when almost 12 members of Congress were shot and almost killed on a baseball field. Steve Scalise almost died. We showed restraint when our members of Congress left the White House after the president accepted his nomination. They were threatened to be beaten up. Their wives were called hookers, but that was not the word that was used. We showed restraint and didn't blame Ocasio-Cortez. We didn't blame Bernie Sanders. We actually showed restraint to say it's important that we actually work together, that we come together. This is so outrageous that she would use this language against Ted Cruz. It's dividing America and dividing the Congress. My
question for you, though, is when does such hyperbole become so toxic that there's agreement that it needs, I don't know, censure, it needs some kind of response?
Well, first of all, let me just say to your other guest, I'm not so sure that AOC was in Congress. I think she was probably working at a bar when Steve Scalise and others were shot. So for her to sit there and receive the blame for that seems pretty ridiculous.
Senator Dianne Feinstein didn't report her husband's stock purchase in a timely manner, says that she is willing to pay a fine over that failure. And a move Speaker Pelosi made is also sounding some alarms. Pelosi or her husband bought $1 million worth of Tesla stock. Now, here's the catch. She is working to pass Biden's clean energy initiatives, which includes subsidies for electric cars. So she now stands to potentially directly benefit.
Interesting.